Hello, hello. Getting everything set up. Hello, biology. Where are your apples? Your apples aren't here. Sorry to disappoint. You'll get to see your apples again when we do next session in 2 weeks. So don't worry about your apples right now. Okay. Sorry, just getting everything set up. I don't even have Path of Titans open. Wow. I still got the music playing in the background. Ooh, okay. There we go. Alright. I can go ahead and put a pause on the music. Actually, we'll keep the music going while I get Path of Titans up. Give me apples, too long that. I think you can wait. You can wait. You can wait 2 weeks. Okay, I'm hoping this is working. Whoa! There we go. Awesome. Okay. Sorry, OBS has been absolutely awful these last couple of days for me, and I'm not sure why. Real quick before we get started, of course, I gotta bring my music back up. Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. I'm very surprised everything's working out. But we're gonna be trying out the new Ventum Allosaurus. Yes, I know it's not technically new before anyone gets to it. Gets on to me about that, but still wanted to give it a shot. I think I might find a skin Mr. Penguin so I could summon him as a familiar. That's not how that works, I'm afraid. So summon, he's just here. I knew he was active because right before we went live, I saw him asking his Discord what he was going to stream today. So I know that he's going to be live in a little bit. Why am I getting 3 ads at once? I have no idea. That is completely on YouTube. I don't get to make decisions on when ads show on streams, unlike a lot of unlike you can over on Twitch. So my bad. Did El Reptiliano's Karka have an update? That was a pretty big one. I cannot speak today. God. Okay, so we were gonna do Mass Effect today. We were gonna finish out Mass Effect and get ready for Mass Effect 2. Oh yeah, Penta came out as well. Well, I'm kind of... I like Penta, but I want to play Allo. But we were gonna play Mass Effect today. That did not happen. Panzer is unfortunately unavailable. We already couldn't do it on Tuesday because of something he was doing, and he had to cancel today as well. But that is okay, because we will just play it later. There it is. Beautiful. I tried out Mass Effect Andromeda a few days ago. Like 40k orc, if I believe it works that way, it works that way. And skinless screaming Mr. Penguin will help me in my... Oh, Lord. Okay, so we're gonna ignore Paleo Pizza's delusional ramblings in the chat. We're gonna pick an Allosaurus. I kind of want to go with an axe. What are we thinking of an axe? It was either this one or I was gonna do Fragilis beefus. Fragilis blunt. Larger cheekbones. Of course, we can always go with Broken Jaw. I kind of don't want to do Broken Jaw, though. How accurate is this Allo? Pretty accurate, in my opinion. I'd say it's fairly accurate for what it's... Or it's at least more accurate than the current in-game Allosaurus. I kind of want to do an axe. I think we're going to do an axe. I shall name you Fluffy. Because, yeah, we're making a whole lot of sense today. Do 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 do. Whoop. Alright. An axe. Weird looking sauropod. That, yeah, it really is. I still love telling people what happened to Allosaurus, or what happened to Saurophaganax. It's always so funny. It's like, what do you mean it's a sauropod? Like, well, it eats plants now, so. Got a long neck, that guy. Man. It's also kind of funny seeing how genuinely upset a lot of people were over that. I never got that outrage. When that. Oh yeah, hold on. Can I just do that work? That did work. Whoa. I got 20,000 marks. Let's go. What would you eat after? Yeah. Name the next hyper dangerous animal, Sweetie Cupcake. That. Okay, we can do that. Anyways, I'm off to eat. You have a good stream. Have a good one, Paleo Pizza. Have a good one. I'll see you later when you go live, hopefully. But I played Mass Effect Andromeda the other day. And let me tell you, look, okay, I came into Mass Effect Andromeda with the already pre-established notion. Like, I understood what the story was fundamentally about, right? I understood that I shouldn't have come into that game with preconceived notions or specific things because I knew that it took place completely outside of the main story of the Mass Effect universe. But man, you could not pay me to care about those characters. Every single character is the same blank sheet of white paper with the same Walmart manager voice ever. It is, it is boring, let me tell you that. I don't know. Andromeda is fun in terms of gameplay, but yeah. Yes, we are going to watch Carnotaurus live once. Yes, I'm sure. I've always joked that if I got pet anaconda, I was going to name it Piranha. Sweet, ain't bad either. Oh man, I've always wanted a snake. My mom does not want me to have a snake though, because there was a teacher that worked with my mom that had 2 ball pythons in his room, and one of them escaped and wasn't found for like a week. And they later found the snake inside the teacher's vending machine that was in the teacher's lounge. How's it going? What's up, Dino Nerd? Things are going pretty well. We're trying out the new / not so new Allosaurus. Oh my god, this thing cannot take fall damage. This thing has the worst resilience. Oh my god. Okay. We're not falling off cliffs. Great. Noted. This thing has the most horrid fall damage resistance. Jesus. Okay. We've had a snake before. We got married, a corn snake, banana morph. His name was Gilligan. Aw, that's cute. See, I don't know what kind of snake I would want. Mostly because I haven't looked into getting a snake in, well, forever. I think the last time I looked, I was in middle school. And I think I really liked hognose snakes because I thought they were really cute. But I also thought that, like, ball pythons were, like, super cool looking. But I also read that, like, they were super sensitive to basically anything changing within their, like, enclosure. And I was like, I don't know if I can handle an animal that's that sensitive. So I decided against them. Opinion on Soren AI being pulled down? Good! Absolutely, that is a good thing. I am happy to see that go. AI image video generators are nothing but stolen, overused content. or stolen content from other people that eventually gets put back into it as like a feedback loop, which is what I meant by overuse, because they're just using it over and over and over and over. It's just layers upon layers upon layers of AI generated stuff. Yeah, but good. I'm glad that that is not putting a strain. That's gonna kill me. Not putting a strain on any more power grids and stuff. Just realized, you ever did Mass Effect yesterday? Yeah, so I was talking about that earlier. Panzer couldn't make it yesterday, and we were going to do it today. But unfortunately, he had to cancel today as well. But that is okay. That is okay. I'm cool with that. I don't want to do anything without him because he's been there for the whole ride so far. So might as well bring him all the way through to Mass Effect, throughout the entire trilogy, I suppose. But yeah, we'll be doing that at some point soon. I'm honestly okay. I was talking about Andromeda a second ago. Andromeda, from a gameplay perspective, is very fun. If you gave Andromeda gameplay and Mass Effect 2 level storytelling, that game would have been so good. To use AI to make art, are you even human? No, you're not. Art is intrinsically human. Art has always been a form of expression for our species. And it is absurd to me, and don't worry, I'm hugging the wall. We'll be okay. It's absurd to me that people want to just... Okay, I said this before to my grandmother when I was explaining the whole issue with AI images and videos and stuff like that. Art is not the final product, and it never was. Art is the process of which you get to the final product. Now, of course, that's maybe not always the case because, you know, abstract art is, well, abstract and can be anything. But, I don't know. Just art as a way of human expression is as old as we are. So, I don't know. There was one tweet that I saw, like, ages ago. And, I think it was something along the lines of, how funny is it that the human handprint is seen almost universally in a lot of these Neolithic caves, but yet AI can't seem to understand how to make it. Yeah. Have a good. Hello, Zanuck. This is what it makes me feel bad to see them on a box, so it's hard to have them around the house because they're small. Yeah, my sister had a bearded dragon for quite some time. So thankfully she never got out, but she was very much loved when she passed. So hang on, aren't you in Georgia, so you're not that far from Python territory? I'm not from Georgia. I don't know where you got the idea that I'm Georgian, but I'm not Georgian. I'm from Mississippi. I am I am a little further west. Abstract art is both meaningful and meaningless, and that's the beauty of abstract. Exactly. Here's my thing. When people look at abstract art, mostly, like, okay, there was the one, like, banana that was, like, duct taped to a wall, and people are like, this isn't art. Guess what? By simply making the statement of this isn't art, congratulations, you've made it art. Because now there's a discussion happening about that. So the simple act of saying something isn't art also kind of, in a way, as long as it's human made and a human thought of it, oh my god. Hi. Hi. Yeah, you're real nice, but I'll be on my way now. Okay, bye. But yeah, I think, like, as long as it is a byproduct of a human, I am in the camp of it is art. Are Dino Class VOD still being uploaded onto YouTube? Just wondering because there's not been one uploaded for a while. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. I've tried branching out into doing like streams like this a lot more often. And so that has kind of hampered all of the Dino Class stuff. But I will say, I had a Dino Class on TikTok last week, I want to say. I was going to upload the VOD onto YouTube for everyone to watch. I had an issue with it because OBS at some point crashed, right? At some point during the stream, OBS crashed and I did not notice it. So only half of the VOD from last week exists technically, and I didn't even want to upload it at that point because it was literally just like, I want to say 36 minutes out of like an hour and 20. So like half of it's not there, or just about half of it. So yeah, well, or no, that's yeah, over half of it isn't there. So hopefully we're going to do Dino Class again this weekend on Saturday. So we're doing that. Yeah, down with the opera or whatever. Yeah, I'm with you, Kaiju. But yeah, it's the multi-million-dollar banana duct taped to a wall. It's more art than anything made by AI. I agree. 100 Allos versus 1 T-Rex. Who would win? I mean, I think Allos got that by numbers alone, right? Like, I don't think anyone's gonna argue in favor of the Allosaurs, or argue in favor of the T-Rex. Like, T-Rex might main most of it. You know what? I think it's a trick question. It's a trick question because the Allosaurs, there will be way too many Allosaurs, and not all of them will see the T-Rex. And then that means they'll end up fighting each other and killing each other before they even get to the T-Rex. There's a Cosmoceratops over there, I want to say. Yes, there is. Or Chasmosaurus. Sorry, not Cosmoceratops. Yeah, Chasmosaurus. Look at that. I'm going to draw on my walls. Good. Humans have been drawing on walls forever. Yeah, that is a whole No, okay, no, that's a Penta. Okay, that's Penta, not Chasmo. Okay, I didn't see how big the frill was. It's the frill size that that really gives it away. Oh no, see, like, okay, when I was making Aliens and Dinosaurs, right? One of the things that I wanted to look at first, because there was a lot of different things I looked into, just kind of getting to that idea of a topic of like how the interest of what if scenarios make humanity kind of what it is. But I found music to be a very compelling argument as well. Music is a almost universal constant throughout human culture. So, no. Screw I know so what. Exactly. 100 Allos versus T-Rex is and that. It's accurate Megalo versus animation fight again. Yeah. Hello, Kanadi. How you doing? Sorry, I got distracted reading chat. I fell off a cliff. Almost broke my leg again. I wonder if a human drawed something first and then spread the idea. Maybe. I mean, like, for example, the name... Okay, did you guys know that Japan doesn't call itself Japan? The reason we call Japan Japan is because of a 1,000-year-long game of telephone. Because, and I might be wrong in this, I believe the Japanese call themselves, was it, Nippon? Nippon or something? I'm probably saying the wrong name, but like, this is, whoa, hey, more pentas. And those appear to be cats. Okay, that's weird. Pretty good. Been listening to my favorite Japanese band. Very nice. Awesome. Albino. Oh, that albino is 100% being chased down already, though. No! I'm not coming to fight you! I'm not here to fight you! I'm not here to fight you, you losers! I'm not here to fight you, you losers! What a bunch of losers! Anyway. Spain don't call themselves Spain, it's España. Yeah. Most names of countries are just, like, really long games of telephone. Unless a country comes into existence right now and says, hey, we're whatever, before now, like, it would just have to be a long game of telephone. Right? I should have known those two were gonna attack me, given they were running the matching melanistic albino skins. Losers. Literally just trying to get the albino critter. Anyway. Man. Ugh. Like, see, work in progress, the dragon on my wall. Yeah, sure. Sure, you can put a picture of it in the Discord. I liked the Alio, by the way. Very pretty. Oh, man. Penis Lucky Ceratops arrived yesterday. Nice. Love to hear it. Man. I lost all of that good growth, too. Yeah, we're back to adolescent. Or early adolescent. That's great. This is going to start an irreversible feud. Oh, yes, please. Get that. Increase to increase bleed. Yes. Hold on. Do I have a natural bleeding ability? Medium damage. A bite that deals low damage and high bleed. Yes. Okay, killing blow goes to 2. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do that for tail. We'll take long distance runner, because that's what we're good at. While attack that increases bleed with it. Yes, and we'll take this as well. Actually, okay, we're gonna put this here and put this here, and during the DA, combat receiving upon entering reduce damage from the first hit you receive upon entering combat. Okay, but if I'm the one taking, this is, I agree. Yeah. Someone told me it looks like Solid Snake today at work. What? I don't buy it. Okay, I will take that, actually. That might help. Yeah, pretty good. About to interview is out this weekend. Good for you, man. My video schedule is non-existent, and I will tell you right now, I had that video talking about the moment between the Packy and the T-Rex. I had that video done like a week ago. Okay, that was a Desplatosaurus. And I think I'm gonna eat him. But anyway, sorry. I had that video done a week ago, but I never posted it because I was afraid I was going to get a copyright strike. Also, I've been having issues trying to upload videos from... Never mind. From my computer. It always fails to upload for some reason. In recent times, at least. Howdy. Hello, Scared Thief. How you doing? This baby wanted to cry when I was eating breakfast the other day. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I literally, honestly, I don't even remember it being that emotional when I was making it. But yeah, no, I appreciate y'all. Headband is sort of pulled at the top of my hair and ponytail. Okay, that's fair. Who would win? The entire Morrison and Dinosaur Park formation, assuming they all work together. The entire Morrison and Dinosaur Park formation. I don't think you realize how big the Morrison formation is. The Morrison formation is so big and so, like, widespread that, you could fill an entire page with just, like, the sauropods from the Morrison formation. And it wouldn't even cover half of the animals in that formation itself. Morrison formation, and it's, what? I don't know how much time is in the Morrison formation, but I think just through overwhelming numbers and force, if we're using... Like, if we're saying all of the animals that ever lived in Morrison, not just the ones that fossilized, not just the ones alive in a single moment, all of them that have ever lived, yeah, no, it's going to the Morrison. But yeah. For some reason, my other account wasn't able to show up, so I had to switch. Oh, that's weird. But yeah. But yeah. There was that news that came out this week about the new Korean dinosaur, Dulisaurus. You know what I've noticed? And I knew this was going to happen. But I think what we're about to see is general interest in the field of paleontology getting to, like, a new level of popularity. Because I think with, you know, the Netflix's The Dinosaurs and all of that stuff coming out, I think it is opened the floodgates for people to be more interested in paleontology right now. Because I remember when the paper on Dulisaurus came out, I remember seeing Twitter accounts that were completely unrelated to dinosaurs and stuff like that. Reporting on this discovery. The account Dextro, which normally just does pop culture stuff, literally reported on it. And I was like, what? What's going on? So, hey, you know, I am all for it. You know, with the recent discoveries that we've had, with, like, a lot of places all over the world, I think this is a great time for people to be introduced to the field of paleontology. Because, hey, again, we don't know what we don't know. And we're always finding out new stuff about what we don't know. And that's really cool. So, yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm seeing, Eamon's people, talking about dinosaurs. Exactly. Exactly. And I'm loving that. Right? Because there are people that are talking about this now that I've been watching for ages, but not because, like, they were, like, super into dinosaurs. And it's super cool because, like, they're learning about stuff now, and they're finding out stuff, and they're talking about it with a lot of excitement, and I get to be, like, you know, like, in comments talking about other cool dinosaur stuff. And there's a reaction channel, I won't say their name, but there's people who I usually watch when it comes to, like, movies and stuff like that, yeah, I like reaction channels, whatever. But I've recommended to them to watch like Dinosauria and stuff like that since they liked the dinosaurs. And hey, fingers crossed they actually do watch it because Dinosauria is peak. Actually, speaking of which, we're getting the next episode of Dinosauria in 3 days. I don't know if it's everywhere, but I don't know if anyone else IRL that likes prehistoric stuff. We need more. I agree. We do need more prehistoric stuff, and I'll never say no to new prehistoric media, of course. That stuff is peak. But yeah, in a golden age of paleontology right now, we all should take the time to... True. Very true. Yeah. I don't know. I'm really... Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm really happy with all of it and stuff like that. Hopefully this means the next Jurassic movie will be good because more people will be interested. Interest in a movie has never really reflected how good or bad the movie is going to be. I will say that I hope this has proven that people are still interested in dinosaurs and that Gareth Edwards can eat his heart out. People aren't interested in dinosaurs anymore. Shut up! Someone get the Jurassic franchise out of his hands. Very excited for Dinosauria. I am too. They've got another episode that'll be shown off at DinoCon before anywhere else, and I want to say it's the episode after the episode that we're getting right now, or the episode we'll be getting this weekend. So, I love Sauria as well. Wish there was more episodes, but I understand why not. Yeah, true. Sauria was nominated for an award for Best Animated Series on YouTube like a while ago. And it's really tragic seeing that like it didn't win. I'm very happy it was nominated. But I don't know. I think Dinosauria and Sauria, typically anything by Dead Sound feels like it is just this very niche little gem somewhere on the internet, and I wish more people knew about it because they're awesome. It's just working on it. True, but I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion that the Jurassic franchise is kind of like a headless chicken right now. They don't know what they're doing. The fans don't know what they're doing, and they're just trying to make something work. So far, nothing's caught. But, yeah. What did Sauria lose to? I forgot. I'm not very sure either, honestly. Like, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was, like, one of the bigger glitch productions, you know? I want to see the next episode. The marine critters look so good in the back. Yes. Yes. It's gonna be a great episode, I fear. Or I feel. Bleh, not fear. Why would I fear? Provides you a buff which increases speed by 10%, and your first attack when entering combat deals 50% increased damage. Cannot be used while in combat. When below 50% health, triple your healing rate. Adrenaline will increase your attack by 10% and speed by 5. Yes. Ooh, I'm gonna get grabbed just because I want to be funny about it. Okay, I guess I'm gonna take Survivalist. Decrease of the attack of all sauropods, stegosaurs, ceratosaurs, iguanodonts, and megalosaurs within 30-meter radius. That's very specified, but yes. And then we'll do decrease. Yes, we'll take that. Okay, cool. We'll take you. We'll take you. We'll take you. There we go. Are we using Hatchet Bite? Yes. Seen The Amazing Digital Circus episode 8? Yes, I have. So odd because I can feel you make a pretty good JP movie, but Hollywood is struggling. Like, how do you struggle with this? Okay, look. Here's okay. Here's the thing. And I'm not going to speak as if I'm some expert, but as someone who has done writing projects before and is a avid enjoyer of very good stories, I can tell you that you can do a really good JP movie. The issue is that for the last few movies, you have made them into thrillers. You've made them into thriller films. Which, yeah, the original Jurassic Park had thrilling moments, but it was mostly suspense. The original Jurassic Park is grounded. It's suspenseful. And the dinosaurs take up less than a quarter of the screen time of the entire film. How are we getting down? I don't know how to get down from here. Okay, I guess we're going to wander until I find something. But if you ground a dinosaur story like that again, which I really hope they do, it will do numbers. In other news, what mods are you most excited for to come to Path of Titans? I'm really excited for PT Triceratops, which got shown off quite a bit this week. Very excited for that. Scully doesn't want to take the risk on the new stories. Would rather pump. Yeah, that also makes sense to me. I think needs people in production who actually love dinosaurs, I guess. Yeah, but here's the thing. There have been paleontologists as consultants on every Jurassic Park movie. Every single one of them. Every Jurassic movie has had paleontologists as consultants. Do you know what they do with those? Nothing. They don't listen to them. And they just go with what's scariest. They ask them, it's like, hey, what's this, that, or the other? And they're like, oh, well, it's this. And it's like, oh, okay, so we're going to do exactly the opposite thing with it. I don't know. A horror Jurassic would be cool. I agree. A horror Jurassic film would be so good. But you know why they're not going to do it? Because the Jurassic franchise has become Transformers. Do you know what I mean? It's become the new Transformers. These are movies, shows, games, and series, as well as books, that are entirely built around the idea of selling toys. Maybe you don't see what I mean just yet, but look at how they've designed animals. Look at the hybrids. In the past, you couldn't, they couldn't put a patent on the Jurassic Park T-Rex or Spinosaurus designs. Why? Because those were paleo-accurate designs for those animals at the time. You can't copyright the design of an animal. You can't do that. So they start making them less accurate. More like monstrous. Simply because they want to have a trademark or a copyright or whatever it is on the image of that animal. That's why they'll never give us paleo-accurate designs again. That's why we're going to keep seeing these new freaks. That's why we're never going to get an R-rated, gory, horror, grounded Jurassic piece of media. Could we get it as maybe a mini-series on Netflix? Maybe. But you'll never see a movie about it. I want to be wrong. I really do. But I highly doubt we will ever see an R-rated Jurassic Park. Is it easy to say this, but it's time to put the Jurassic franchise to rest. I agree. A horror movie on the Isle St. Hubert with the... Yeah, I mean... I don't know. There was so much more they could have done with the whole dinosaurs in the wild thing. And I don't know. I just get aggravated over the idea that they just completely erased that whole plot line that was set up from the last 2 movies before Rebirth. That felt like a waste to me. You know? You could have done so much with that. I think I'm staying with dinosaur. Yeah, no, I'm with you. The thing about... I don't know. And I've said this before. I want them to stop making Jurassic movies. I really do. Because we know that it's going to take this pattern. We know that it's going to be bad. We know all of this. And yet, no one wants to stand up and be like, hey, these movies suck. Stop making them. Because they'll always make them. Because it's got the brand recognition. And it's a franchise they want to keep alive and milk as long as they can. So, I think they chose species that aren't very valid, so when you look them up on Google, it only comes to Jurassic designs. That, I don't know so much about that. Interesting idea, but I don't know if that's something they've, like, planned. Hold on. That's a Platyhystrix. He's gonna be fast. Let me get my stamina back. I think Battle of Big Rock is the best Jurassic World thing. I agree. Your words with a rebranded address. Yeah. Come here. Come here. Ooh. There we go. I can't eat him, but I can get the growth from him. Lakota, do you have a favorite bird? I like bearded vultures. Because bearded vultures are my favorite colors. So the name of Titanosaur. Yeah, the whole thing of calling the Titanosaurs or the large sauropods the Titanosaurus was a very strange choice for me to wrap my head around as well. Yeah. I don't know. I've just become so disillusioned with the Jurassic franchise. It's not even funny at some point. Like crows and corvids in general are really cool. Okay. Okay, this might hurt. This might hurt. This might hurt. This might hurt. Come on. Come on. Yeah, yeah. Ah. Okay, got him. There we go. Man. Bearded vulture's best bird. I agree. Very, very, very pretty bird. Thing about them killing off all the dinosaurs is that the writer said himself that he had no idea what to do with the concept of dinosaurs on the mainland, so they just went to the island story. Then fire the writer! Fire them! And I'm not even joking. You had arguably one of the coolest concepts to open up with, right? Which was, there are dinosaurs on the mainland and humans have to get used to them being around, and you can't think of like I don't know, like like a traditional slasher movie, but the slasher is a dinosaur in the woods. No one came to him with that idea. I find that idea of like, oh well, he didn't know where to take it. I find that so hard to believe. Because either that's true and they need to fire them, or they were lazy. I don't know. I don't know. That's my take on it. Love the colors of the aloe. He looks cool. Yeah, it's the broken jaw skin. I've just turned it red and inverted some of the placement of the colors. Because I like red. I like red and black. I don't know. Did with that was limited their own ideas. I mean, I agree with that as well. They kind of put themselves in a box to an extent, but you're sitting here and telling me that you can't think of a single plot idea that having dinosaurs in the wild just naturally, like you couldn't think of anything to do with that. Like at all? You know what series didn't squander that? Weird Birds. Weird Birds did it like 100 times better. On Twitter. I don't know. Same writer as the original Jurassic Park, probably on the project just for brownie points. I remember that. I do remember hearing that before, and it's Okay, well, that's a Karka. Okay, we might have a problem. No? Okay. Bye. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure what his deal was, but I just wanted to do the quest. You gonna come up here? I don't want to fight you, man. I don't want to fight you. We're gonna make some distance. Okay. So with the channel colors, exactly. Exactly. I gotta stay on brand, man. I gotta stay on brand. This is the on-brand image. I told you my dinosaur story idea? Yeah, I think so. Sorry, I recently got my medication back, so my brain's a little fuzzy. Whoa. I don't know. Got some, like, brain fog going on. Oh, man. Yeah, cowboy western town in Arizona has to deal with, okay. I don't know if that could be, like, a whole story by itself, but I suppose it would be an interesting side plot. Panzer, the lizard's looking pretty different. Yep. He's looking pretty good. Oh, they could do a small-scale story, which is basically Jurassic parody of A Quiet Place. Jungle? Yeah, they could have done so much with that plotline. Anyway, sorry. We've been on the Jurassic hate train for a hot minute now. I think it's best if we get off of it for now. But man. Man. I'm thinking about doing a Spore stream at some point. Cause I haven't played Spore in ages, and my sister gave it to me on Steam as kind of payback for another thing. Cause I bought Mass Effect Legendary Edition for my sister so she could play it. It seemed like the kind of game she would want to play, and I haven't asked her how far she's gotten just yet. But I kind of want to do Spore at some point. It was cool. Yeah. Mesozoic somehow merging with our time. Two people, juvenile, going on a road trip. Ah, okay. I vaguely remember that. Again, mind very hazy. Is Chip getting to you? Maybe a bit. Gotten the Penoso's new Tyrannosaurus. I have it on order myself. Can't wait. Okay, can I be completely honest with you guys? I had the option to get it, but when it came out, it was either I buy the articulated Tyrannosaurus model or I get my medicine. And I'm not gonna lie, I picked my medicine. So, you can blame the American healthcare system for now. But not yet. I will say that. Not yet. I probably will get it. Where that Dinosaur Park formation has even more genera than the Morrison formation, by the way. It wouldn't surprise me. Well, actually, no, it probably would. Well, I don't know. Those two are pretty big formations in their own right. But I will say that the this one was a way better choice. I don't know. I think Panzer's the only one who is in here who has seen me when I am when I am, like, medicated. Because, like, a good hour or two after I take my medicine, I am non-existent. I am an ethereal being who has completely just left my own body and just floating out throughout the universe. I am gone. It is a wild time, but some funds for your Rex. Well, I appreciate it, Kanati. I really do. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it, man. Okay, we've reached a very populated part of the map. And I'm worried that we're going to show up here and immediately get demolished by something. Said something about, salamanders. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I talked to a green skeleton salamander in the carpet. Yeah, that was something that happened at one point. And more funds for the tier. Thank you, Dino Nerd. I want to shout out Dino Nerd real quick, because the other day when I was live, Dino Nerd and, unfortunately, I don't remember the name of the other. If they're in chat, they can say their name as well. But they sent me some money so I could get a burger. And at first I was like, do I really want to order something? And I took a nap and I woke up and I was like, I want a Baconator. And I got a Baconator. So real lifesavers, you two. I appreciate that. Me too. Well, don't feel inclined to donate. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm ripping people off. And maybe that's a common feeling. What was it? What is it called? Imposter syndrome or something like that? I don't want to act as if I have that. But I don't know. It's like, why you're not getting anything out of this? I'm very confused. Okay. I think I'm gonna see what happens if I show up over here. There's some Sarcos over there. Dinosuchus. Okay, I don't trust the Dinosuchus. Hello. I'm gonna pass underneath you guys. Hey. That was another one of me. Hello. What the? Oh, it's a compy. Hello, compy. Hello, Chris Dinosaur Park. Hello. If you have a chance, you drink ginkgo tea. I don't know what that is, but you know, contrary to the fact that I am a southerner, I'm not a huge fan of tea. Now, if I staying true to my southern roots, if it's sweet enough tea, yeah, I'll drink that. But if it's anything else, typically no. But I'm sure I'd give it a shot. Gotta try everything once, right? Make it, you get enough cash, you make it to DinoCon. That was the original purpose of making the stream schedule the last month, because YouTube will pay out a certain sum of money based off of ad revenue from the stream itself. So I could stream for 2 hours and maybe make like $15 based off of just ad revenue of people watching. That was the original idea for the streams and stuff like that. I doubt I'm going to be able to get it to work with how fast prices of plane tickets are rising, but we will see. Bitter tea is better? Really? Okay. I gotta go for dinner. Bye. Have a good one. Hopefully we'll see you. Hopefully we'll see you later, depending on if we're still live or not. Okay. I kind of want to play on a realism server, or at least a semi-realism server, because we're on Arania number 3 right now. And Arania number 3 is kind of a hangout server, and this is just kind of lame. So part of me wants to see if we can find like a small server that has the Ventum Allosaurus. I'm not even gonna wait for the logout time. Was in tree at a family reunion once. Thought it was sweet tea. Just spat out a drink so fast in the moment. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I much prefer for sweet tea. I'm typically not even a fan of sweet tea itself. Either. I'll usually go for a soda if I can. DLK and modded officials might be pretty decent. That might be a bit more of a grind. Do they have Ventum Allosaurus? Or Ventum? Ventum. Do you guys have the right Allosaurus? Is it in here? I'm double checking. Cryo, Taco, Calican. They've gotten a Nook, which, you know, good on them, but kind of here to play the new Allo, because I like the new Allo. No, not in this server. That sucks! DOK is awesome. Yeah, I'm looking for a server that has the Allo. I'd get on DOK, but okay, well this is also DOK modded officials number 2. Do you I imagine they wouldn't have different mods, right? Because the servers are probably tied to one another, aren't they? Nice, I got my text return today. Nice. I like this sweet tea only if it's with honey sugar. That's fair. Opinion on Tapeinocephalus. I don't know that name off the top of my head. Oh yeah, I forgot Bird News has a server. Do they have the new Allo on? Because if they do, I'll play it. If Bird News has the Allo, I'll play it. No, it doesn't look like it. That is unfortunate. Yeah. He ain't there. That's unfortunate. That would have been really fun. Crimson Semi-Realism. You guys wouldn't happen to have... No, I don't imagine a lot of these servers have used this mod in a very long time, so they probably don't even have the stats set for it yet. I wish it was on PT, though. Bird News having their own server. Yeah, it's kind of surprising how fast they've grown. There are some people, and maybe this is just my perception of it, but it feels as if there are some people who move really fast in the influencer space. They get all of these, like, big goals out there of what they want to do and all of that stuff. And then they just kind of, like, people are doing stuff at faster rates than they used to. Because, like, I'm seeing people that have, like, pretty decently small fan bases who are making, like, merch and stuff like that. And there's nothing, like, wrong with that, obviously. But... it's like, I remember when YouTubers had to get, like, millions of subscribers before merch even became, like, an idea, you know? Maybe, you know, this is just me growing up with, like, the older YouTubers and stuff, but... don't tell me, like, Iranian number 3 is the only one that has... What about DB? DB's bound to have it, right? Yeah, okay, we're gonna try DB. We'll try this. I don't know. Again, maybe that's on me for, you know, growing up with, like, older YouTubers and stuff. Because I remember, like, YouTubers, like, making merch and stuff was, like, a big deal back then. Like, actually making clothes and posters and, like, merchandise of yourself. Like, that was a huge deal back then. A lot of these, and back then, you know, it was corporations that were reaching out to these individuals and were trying to license their likeness, you know. When did the mod drop? It came out yesterday, I want to say. DB is a lot of the same, though. It's, as is most modded servers. God. Okay, we're gonna see. And of course, we're in a queue. Man. Where the Isle and Path of Titans merged and created a new game, hopefully. Highly doubtful since both developers are rivals. Oh, yeah, no, the developers of both games basically hate each other. What would you do if we discovered more of Nanook and it ends up in the Nanotyranidae? That is not going to happen because the part of Nanook that we do have points towards it being Tyrannosaurinae, which is like within the same tribe as T-Rex. So I would be thoroughly surprised, and I would also be very curious as to how they missed that. There's a new game coming out on Steam that should be a competitor for Pot in the Isle. Primal Legacy just posted a trailer a week ago. Is that what that was? Hold on. I want to see if I can find this, because I want to look at this. I'm all for new competitors in the dinosaur game sphere. I want to see this, though. Official teaser trailer. Let me see. Okay. Let me see this. Okay. Well, the animals don't look... Okay, the Quetzal has me... Okay. What in the... Okay, well, I like the Edmontosaurus at least. That looks pretty good. Ooh, alright, the T-Rex looks nice. Where do I recognize these models? Who's the guy that's making their models? I feel like I've seen this look for, like, T-Rex and Edmontosaurus before. I mean, it looks cool. I definitely think it's cool. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. We're gonna do Fragilis beefus. What if Triceratops was actually a Nanotyrannus subspecies? I don't think that's how that works. Yeah, conch should be around the size of find a conch that is the size of Giga Karkar. That would be interesting. Like you said, though, highly unlikely, all things considered. Can't imagine how much weight that would put on an animal of that size. But it'd be cool, though. I've been playing on Urania #1, and despite claiming to be realism light, everyone just cuddle pile in the redwoods and this one tiny lake and what's this? Yeah, okay. I don't know how I feel about players doing that. Because here's the thing, I've done it, right? Everyone hangs out, very peaceful spot to hang out, have fun, talk with people, and just, you know, treating it like a VR chat server, more or less. That's fine. I've done that before. I'll probably do it again. What I hate about it, though, is that whenever the first person to disrupt that is going to get ganged up on like there's no tomorrow. Like, they're gone. They make a single bite in anyone's direction, they're dead. Just gone. And eventually it'll slowly devolve into chaos. But I find it ridiculous that players will do that, get upset when someone comes in wanting to fight, and then kills one of their friends because they were looking for a fight. I don't know. It's fine, but a lot of the people that do it and then get upset that someone wanted to fight them feels a little ridiculous to me, you know? It's like there are PvE servers, by the way. The community-run PvE servers. And you can go to those. So I don't know why you're here doing it. I don't know. What if we're the humanoid Troodons? I severely doubt that. That does remind me of the video that I'm probably going to make coming up soon, because I've got 2 big video ideas. I want to do the many ages of the Mesozoic, where instead of breaking down the Mesozoic into, you know, late, middle, early Triassic, and then late, middle, early Jurassic, and then early and late Cretaceous. Instead of doing that, I want to split them up into their distinct ages. Ooh, and then talk about the different ages and stuff. But another one was, I wanted to talk about how to make a sapient dinosaur. Or what does a sapient dinosaur look like? And unfortunately, I have to bring up the Dinosauroid. The Dinosauroid is unfortunately very important for that kind of discussion. And it's such a cursed thing to look at. Like, it really is. Okay. Do that. Do killing blow. I don't know why the file... Have you guys noticed that this is, like, completely corrupted? The image file for that is just broken. Okay. I'm assuming that'll be okay. We're gonna increase attack, actually. Let's do that. Tail, we are actually gonna get a tail attack this go around, just to keep people from tail riding me. But yeah. One of my group members killed me because I wasn't chatting. Oh, I've had that happen to me as well. Okay, so this is really funny because I had this person show up in chat one time. There was someone I was in a, like, party with in Path of Titans. I was in a group in Path, and I think we were in the middle of, I don't remember what I was playing, but we were in the middle of Grand Plains. And then one of the group members is like, "Hey, do you make videos on TikTok?" And I'm like, "Yeah." This was off stream, by the way, so I'm just playing Path of Titans in my own time. But I'm like, "Yeah, I do. Why?" And then immediately they died. And apparently, like, this was just a group of randoms who had all, like, bunched up together. So, like, they didn't come back. They died, and then they just straight up left. I didn't hear about this person for another few days after that. When they showed up in my chat and were like, "Oh, hey, yeah, that was me. Sorry about that. I, like, died immediately after you said that was who you were." I was like, "Oh, okay." But yeah. You kill someone for not chatting. Yeah, it happens, though. It happens. Maybe yesterday I was playing Argent. I was passing Capro Nest. Attacked me. As I got close, even though I was clearly... Oh! Sorry, I was reading chat again, and the giant lizard snuck up on me. Whoops. Yeah, listen, as someone who used to moderate for a semi-realism server, I can tell you moderating for those kinds of servers is a pain. Because you're dealing with 2 types of people. When someone breaks a rule, it is one of 2 types of people. It is someone who knows they are breaking the rules and are doing it on purpose and are trying not to get caught, or it's someone who didn't bother to read them. And let me tell you, I don't know which is worse to deal with. I really don't. Because I've dealt with plenty of both, and both of them infuriate me to no end. Is Primal Carnage still popular to this day, or is it basically dead? I don't know. I played Primal Carnage like once, and it was pretty dead. So, still thinking about my favorite flying dinosaur, the Mosasaurus. Yep. Very, very fascinating avian dinosaur, that one. Just let him dream. I know we've been so far removed from me mentioning that I had played Mass Effect Andromeda a few days ago, but I'd just like to I'd like to have one more complaint about Mass Effect Andromeda, and that is they could have done so much better with the designs of the aliens in Mass Effect Andromeda. And I mean that. They could have done so much better. Why are all of the animals huge? Okay, I'm alright. Anyway. But it kind of... It agitated me that they, like, okay. Sure, you can say that because of the existence of the Reapers in the Milky Way galaxy, that maybe life was shaped in a way that a bipedal, humanoid-like shape would be the most prominent, right? We can say that. But when you get to Andromeda and you have an entire sapient race of aliens, and they all look exactly like you would expect of a humanoid alien, I'm just like, why? You could have been so much more creative. I would have appreciated if we got to the Andromeda Galaxy and it was like, oh yeah, the Rachni are here. They're like, oh, cool, I love the Rachni. They've got a really neat design. At least it's not another humanoid. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Some birds who just stole all my apples? Yeah, that sounds about right. Heard of Moschops? I have got a feud with Moschops. Moschops and I are very familiar with one another. Moschops knows what it did. I don't know why, but it was a real animal with play path things no matter the server I'm in. Yeah, that's typically how I am as well. There will be times I break that rule though. New servers are Mario Horror Story experience a while ago. Sure. I mean, if it fits within the character limit on YouTube. Is hate to be the Path Titans team that is a constant bullying to get Microraptor Allo TLC. I wholeheartedly hope they delay Microraptor and Allosaurus TLC by another year. I want them to do it. Because it would be so funny watching these people get so upset even more. It would be so funny. And I'd just be there laughing. He's like, you did it to yourself. I got the TLCs I wanted. I'd love to see what they do for Allosaurus, but I'm good. In fact, I would laugh on the floor for 24 hours straight if they just deleted Allosaurus from the game. That would be so funny. Yeah. Yeah. The heptapods showed up in Andromeda. It would be cool if you got to see more of the I heard something stepping around me. The Anodontosaurus was too oversized in this game? I don't think it was. Because it's still smaller than... Map vote is ongoing. 30 minutes. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second, because I want to check that. I'm not too overly familiar with Anodontosaurus itself, so I want to see... I mean, it's pretty big. I mean, we can go... When the server restarts, remind me to go into single player, and we can, like, check that even more. Of course, we're gonna get this skin back. Dwop. 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 You'll probably do better. You get that? Oh no. We can go double check that when the server restarts though. There we go. So if it was removed, I'd cry. Well, it's good that you don't know that Allo was never meant to be in the game. It was originally going to be Torvosaurus, but the person who donated money to pick an animal changed their animal, or I think it was that they changed their animal, and they were like, no, we want Allosaurus now. So yeah. I think I'm too patient and understand how the game me crying about a TLC or a new game to come out, you know. Yeah, that's my thing. And look, I haven't worked in the game industry professionally ever, and it's been so long since I've taken classes on it back in high school and college. Because I was going to go to college for computer science at first, but you know, nowadays I'm very glad I didn't, knowing how computer science people are right now. Because that means I'd probably end up being like an AI tech bro or something like that, and I don't want that to happen. I reported the incident because I thought someone else reported it. I got put in admin chat for 6 months and couldn't appeal it. Dang. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten permabanned from servers on Path of Titans before. But that was like way before I started doing content. I want to say that was like maybe a year before I started doing content that I got permabanned. I want to say it was it Jurassic Meat? There was a server that was called Jurassic Meat or something. And it was a server that a lot of my friends liked to play on back when, you know, I had a bigger group of friends that would play Path of Titans, like, constantly. But, yeah, no, I got permabanned from that server at some point. I'd rather wait years for a gamer DLC. Come out in the best shape. I was really rush crap towards it. Yeah. Because if you rush it, you get something like a Bethesda game. Bethesda notoriously rushes every single project. Even when they have 14 years to make something, they will rush it, and it will still somehow defy all odds and not be finished by the time it comes out. So, no, I feel bad for the Path of Titans developers, because it's just a whole bunch of people that don't understand how game design works. Like, for example, like, have you guys heard that, like, they're in Switch jail? Like, that there's something called Switch jail when it comes to Path of Titans? Do you know what that means? Path of Titans had to change how they did updates because because Path of Titans is on Nintendo Switch. And Nintendo is so slow at getting approval for their updates that Path of Titans decided, okay, you know what? We'll just update everyone else, and then we'll get back and update and roll out the update on Switch later. Because it was delaying development by months. So when there was this very brief window of time where there were like no updates for 3 months straight, that's because of Nintendo. So, yeah. Okay, there's a lot of people up here from the sounds of it. Okay, we're gonna finish putting our abilities on and then we'll go up there. I'll wait for both, third Calcasta Star Wars game. Ah, man, I never finished the second one. I've probably got to do that at some point. Go away, go away. Increase bleed resistant. Do War Cry for now. Throw that in 3. Deal heavy damage at medium bleed to yourself. Increases bleed with every successful hit. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm dead. Nope. Nope, not dead. Not dead. I lived. Go away. Okay, I thought he wanted the smoke. I'll throw down with the hats. I will also say Allosaurus in this game is, like, I agree, it definitely needs an update because I was on the solo matchmaking servers the other day and I killed a full-grown adult Spinosaurus, a full-grown adult Allosaurus. That is 3 Spinos right there, by the way. As an adolescent Tyrannotitan. And it wasn't because I face tanked. It was because he allowed me to get way too many bites. Probably because he assumed that I was, you know, younger, because I was. And that he could take it based off of just combat weight alone. But yeah. No, Alla definitely needs. There you go. Ah. Something in my eye. Yeah, there is a Utah that is just screaming its head off. If he does that one more time, I'm gonna eat him. Oh, it's the I thought the Silosaurus was after him. Oh, is it? Is it? It is! It is! I kind of want to see what'll happen. That Utah is gonna run out of stamina if he's not careful. Uh-huh. Aw. I was kind of hoping that we'd, that I'd be able to capitalize on him getting, hurt by the critter, but I guess not. Really, as this question, so many individuals. Do you think Archotherium can face might? Let me. Oh, a bear? Yes, that will put the largest bear ever. Yeah, no, that will put Mipe into a very early grave. Very quickly, might I add. Bears are crazy, man. What did Moss Chops do? Existed. I think I've told the story as to what my beef is with Moss Chops. I think I've told that story a few times. Okay, I'm guessing the water is safe. Well, that sounds like a fight happening down there, so I'm kind of inclined to go and check that out. Okay, hats. There we go. No, okay, well. No fight, but I see the piebald dragon. The piebald dragon over there. Is that a dragon? Yeah, that's, I forget its name. Is that a hat's? Yeah, it's a hat's galloping. What is he doing? Are you gonna try and fight me? I wouldn't. Ah. What? Why are you getting involved? Yeah, you fight him. Okay, Alright, cool. Well, Hats got eaten by him. That's kind of on him. Alright, well, that happened. Hello there, just finished, very nice. Welcome in. Alec, how you doing? In a different time zone, so kind of forgot what time you're streaming. Yeah. Hate those dragons? I don't know, he seems kind of chill. He did kind of protect me, in a way. Different than usual, yes. We need a steak that's still breathing, medium rare, or well done. What would it be? If I... Probably just like a normal pigeon as a pet. You eat a steak, that's still breathing. No, I don't know if I would. I might. Because, well... Okay, the idea of a steak that is still breathing implies that this steak is so big that it contains the entire respiratory system. I don't know a single straight cut of steak that encloses all of the lung, like the full lung structure. But I'd probably just have a pigeon as a pet. I could have a pigeon as a pet right now, but anything else is going to be problematic. But yeah, have a good stream. Well, thank you, Xanac. I appreciate you stopping by. Have you played on a dragon server before? I have not. Do we know how the devs made the animal noises? I hear some familiar birds, but that's about it. A lot of it's going to be on sound banks. A lot of it is going to be like stock sounds that people put together. I wouldn't know exactly what it's made with. He's getting close. I don't like that. Hey, I'm not... You can leave me alone, buddy. I'm gonna stay in the tree line. Because you are too wide to... Okay, well, I would have given that attention if it had shown up earlier. Nope. Stop friendly calling. I don't want to associate with you. Pigeons are great. Yes. So a dove. A dove is a type of pigeon, so probably, yeah. But I know that when it comes to the sound design, I know that a lot of it is stock sounds, like free use ones, no copyright on them or anything. Because if you watch House of the Dragons, the Game of Thrones spinoff, if you watch that, there's a scene with one of the dragons named Sea Smoke, where Sea Smoke gets up in some guy's face. And forgive me, I'm not a fan of the show, nor have I watched it, but I know this scene. But Sea Smoke gets into this guy's face, and it literally makes the Utyrannus generic call sound. Or at least the old one. The old one wasn't edited as much. They went back and changed Uty sounds a bit. So yeah. Why are you still following me? Why are you still following me? It's like a dog. Jesus. Heard of the new Dinosaur Survival Gate, Primal Legacy? Yeah, we were looking at that earlier, and I was wondering why the models looked very familiar to me. They seemed like they had been made by someone that I had followed in the past. Go away. But yeah. Season 8 ruined any Game of Thrones spinoffs for me. Yeah, it's interesting. Again, I'm not familiar with Game of Thrones nor its lore, but I know enough to know that there is a dragon named Meraxes and that there is a genus of Carcharodontosaurid dinosaur that is named after it. The larger Carcharodontosaurids get a lot of the cool names. Ceraniops and Meraxes being obviously like the some of the best. Tyrannotitan is also just objectively sick. Like, that's a sick name. Yeah. Dinosaur recognizes you. Does he? Is the dragon a stream sniper? Okay. I don't like that conch. It's moving through those shrubs like a shark. Oh my, oh, that's a big snake. You dead? Yeah, you're dead. Huh. Dragon might be watching you, in all honesty, watching the live stream. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is possible. I'll probably eat him at some point, I'm sure. We can go back and fight him. I mean, I can put on some mean bleed with this allo. Especially if I tweak the build a bit more. Because it's not built around bleed. This guy's mostly just an all-arounder, which is probably going to get me killed. That's a quadrupedal animal I hear coming this way. Noviana? When did Noviana come back? I don't like how that Novi's looking at me. When did Novi come back? I don't remember them adding Novi back. Thank you. Bye. I thought he was gonna knock me off. I honestly thought he was gonna... Oh, great. Cool. See ya. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. They're gonna kill me. Yeah. Again, This is why it needs to be on semi-realism servers. I knew it was gonna end up being the same stuff, but it really is infuriating. It's also why I hate the way that the devs try to balance this game. Because they've gone out and said that they want every animal to have a fighting chance against everything else with exception of ramp or something like that. I'm like, why add combat weight then? Why go through that? I don't know. Feeling shenanigans in the last time I played Path. That's fair. Trophies don't exist in official servers, by the way. Trophies do not exist in official servers. I don't know if anyone knows that, but... Crimson, do you have new allo? I doubt it. I mean, if they do, then we'll play on this one for a bit. They've gotten a nook. Yeah. What about you? I've never played on this server. So we're gonna... If it has the allo, I guess we're gonna give this server a shot for the first time. Tried saving you, but I was too late. I was the hats. Why didn't you do anything? Why didn't you? I saw you on the bridge. You could have knocked them off. What do you mean you could? What do you mean you were too late? You were right there. You could have stopped them on the bridge. What do you mean too late? Dealing with the global warming we got these days? Ugh, don't remind me. There's still morons out there that think it's fake. And that is just laughable to me. I think the biggest issue people have, or the biggest mistake ever, was calling it global warming. Because yeah, the Earth's overall climate is increasing in terms of temperature. Okay. This is on a PvP exclusive server. We can't even. Oh, man, if they had just called it climate change from the start, I think people would have gotten it better. But the whole calling it global warming thing is kind of what shot it in the foot at the get-go. I didn't know they were chasing it. What do you mean? They looked right at me. My dad is one of the morons. Yeah, I know. 77. It's. What's the one phrase that's always said? It is climate change won't be just like a day where it happens. It is a series of increasing weather and natural disaster rates that you will watch on your phone day after day after day until eventually you're the one recording it. So oh, right. We were going to look at Anno. Let me make sure I've got the right mod installed for the size comparison. I don't know. I think dinosaurs don't exist, but yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, no, it's just... There are morons everywhere. Obviously. Morons come in all different shapes and sizes. And it's... I don't know. People infuriate me, because people are just stupid. Let me guess. Too many characters? Yep. Okay. Give me 1 second. I've got to unload a lot of mods really fast. And unfortunately, the fastest way to do that is... So we're real quick. I'm gonna. It says starting soon, but we're not starting anything. We're just doing something. I gotta unload a lot of mods. I was 95 in March back on Saturday. Pete, yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. And it's wild too, because there's so many people right now who are becoming disillusioned with a lot of these ideas, right? And are realizing it's like, oh my god, it was true, it was all true. Hey, you are like several years, decades behind. It's too late. There's no reversing what's coming. Yeah, no, we're finished. As a species. I've gotten to the point in life where I think that humanity will be one of those tomb worlds that you find in Stellaris from an alien civilization that nuked itself into oblivion. I think that's what humanity is going to be in the greater scheme of things. I do not have a great view on the outlook of our species. Okay. Let's get Anodontosaurus. I wanna test its scale real quick. Dino deniers yeah. Celsius in early March. I don't know what Celsius is. Let's go. It's barely spring. It should be maybe 50s at most, but no. I remember March being cold. I remember March still having snow. It is, and it is just not that anymore. I don't even live where it snows. That's the wild part. Okay, so we're gonna grab... Did I? Ah, here it is. Okay. Human, we are going to place you right here. And then we're gonna go in here. Make it this time of day. Huh. Oh, whoops. I just muted that. I thought I had turned that off. Okay, yeah, maybe it is Ankylosaurus size. Okay, maybe it is pretty big. Doomer's view of the future regarding this. Yeah, no, look. There are so many people out there that I'll talk to and like I'll say this stuff to, and they'll be like, "Why are you so negative all the time, man? This Doomer stuff has got to do a number on you." And I'm like, it's not Doomer. It's just the way things are. It's simple pattern recognition. It's not Doomer. It's realistic pattern recognition. Okay, yeah. So this guy. Yeah, no. Cause I think we'd have to re-enable growth. Hold on, let me do that real quick. That's not it. I don't know. Okay, so let's get our Anno back out. Yep, and then we're gonna do set attribute growth 1. Okay, so we're back to adult as Anno. Freeze weather, freeze time. There you go, set it there. Spectator mode. Us Mitsu go to our future, but I can't mentally, physically be optimistic. Yeah, no. It would take a lot for me to feel very optimistic about the future of our species. I don't know. This is why I go to therapy and I am heavily medicated. Speaking of which, I do see my therapist tomorrow. Okay, so my question is now that we've discovered Anodontosaurus is pretty big in this game, like it's a bit oversized. At what growth stage is it the most accurate to its IRL counterparts? So set attribute growth 0.8. I mean, that's still pretty big, but okay. That would probably be like an exceptional size. So if we do set attribute growth 0.7. Okay, about here is about as big as Anodontosaurus gets IRL. This is it here. Yeah. This isn't really surprising. I know that Spinosaurus is similar because I had to downsize Spinosaurus to I think 0.7 or I think it was 0.8 or 0.9 in order to do the big 3 video. I actually had to do that with the PT Rex slightly as well as the Giga. I had to downsize them just a tad. Not as much as I had to do Spino, but yeah. A lot of the animals in-game are just insanely scaled. It's funny, too, because, like, after its redesign, Thalassodromeus is its accurate size now, which is wild. I know Deinonychus is pretty much that size IRL as well. So, can I be honest? I think a Kilobator has the probably one of my least favorite designs currently in the game. I'm not a huge fan of this. I wish it was like, okay, I get it, right? It's got the upheld bird head, but like, still, I feel like its head should be down a bit more, and its posture is just like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me though. Yeah. Isn't Megalania also... I think Megalania is, like, undersized to an extent. I don't know. I was hoping Utah Raptor was bigger than a Killbaiter, to be honest. To be honest, it's much larger IRL. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's not because they downsized Utah Raptor in-game. Because they didn't. Utah Raptor is as big as it's supposed to be. The Killbaiter is just massive. Because PT puts their animals to, like, their accurate IRL sizes to an extent that some people have said that it's kind of annoying because the PT animals feel small when they are accurately scaled. It's just the absurdity of the scale of the other animals in the game. Now, a lot of them are okay. I will say that, like, things like Eotriceratops are a lot better after their TLC, because Eotriceratops looks just so much better. And I know PT's trike is in the works, and I'm very excited for that as well. Love to see Pteranodon in Path. Me too. I think PT's also working on that. Just like the Stegosaurus model the most currently. I hope its TLC is based off of skeletal. I'm with you on that. Stego definitely needs an update. But the thing about Stego that I can tell myself is that this is one of the older models in the game. This and Allosaurus are some of the oldest models in the game currently right now. This came out 2 years ago. And it looks awful. Like, it's... Like, yeah, I've got issues with the posture and the way the head is held. I am not a fan of the texturing on the face either. I'm not a fan of the way they hold their arms when they run. I'm not a fan of the way the textures look on the face. And it's just weird. Like, this is probably the best it's ever going to look, in my opinion. And that's with this one. Of course, with the bearded vulture one. It's... Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about a Killbaiter. Because it's a cool dinosaur, and I love it, but... They butchered my boy. They butchered my boy. I'd like to see a Pseudosucho in Path. I mean, hold on. We do have one that isn't Dynamosuchus. We have Desmatosuchus. I'm going to very quickly install that. I also did notice that it did appear that at least one more mod had been added to the... If you saw that, no, you didn't. Do you like the melanistic or the backer skins more? I don't know. I've never really... Oh, are we already an adult? Okay, I thought we were a baby for a second. Tears. The Astron Pat. Oh yeah, I know that biology would have a field day with that one. Yeah, but this guy's weird. This guy's very strange. Very odd, dude. It's nice that they gave it the they kept the croc-like swimming. It's very nice. Very strange, though. Just objectively. Very, very weird animals. Kind of got like a hognose kind of thing going on its face. Just really weird. But hey, weird in paleontology doesn't mean it's bad. Just means it's more interesting. No. I'd love to see Anteosaurus. Anteosaurus would be really cool to see in game. Yeah. Maybe pronunciation is getting to me. Pterodastro? I mean, I probably couldn't spell it off the top of my head, I'll be honest with you, so I've got no room to talk. Yeah, let me very quickly. I wanna go over the Ventum Allosaurus one more time. From America? Yeah, me too. Very cool. Oh yeah, Metabarosaurus is back. Good to see that. Good to see. Where is... There it is. If you saw that, no you didn't. If you saw that, no you didn't. Here is Beefus. I really like the, I'm gonna skip it back to that. But I like all of the, different species you can give this one. This one's based off of an actual specimen known as, I think it is known as Ebenezer. Unfortunately, I am also familiar of where this specimen is located. I do believe it is located in a creationist museum, which sucks. It really honestly does. If I ever get an absurd amount of money, I'm buying Ebenezer out of that museum, and, yeah. An axe, yeah. Ooh. I didn't realize how, like, blunt an axe's face was. That's nuts. Look at that. And Plexus. I don't know what that's based on. Jiminency. Of course. This is what Big Al was. Europaeus, which is the smallest and also may or may not exist. We're not entirely sure at the moment. Of course, you've got the... what has been named... Abhorrens or Alabama. This is formerly, I believe it was titled the Inbred Allosaurus. Then, of course, you've got Broken Jaw. So, yeah. Plexus is based off of Antrodemus. I see. Okay. I mean, well, I'm in single player at the moment. And then you have basic Fragilis. Or, well, not basic. This is inspired by Megalosaurids. This one's based off of Cryolophosaurus. So, Kanadi, if you're still in chat, here's your guy. Of course, there is also just a Cryolophosaurus mod that you can play. A sleeker Fragilis, which honestly doesn't look too bad. Larger cheekbones for Fragilis. Ooh, very tall crests on this one as well. Then Blunt, which is just kind of... This is kind of what I use whenever I want it to just be Allosaurus. About right. And Beefus, which is just really big and hefty. And I like that. I like Beefus. Look at the difference. Like, that's insane. Man. Then we'll go ahead and set attribute growth 1. Man, was that cryo allo thing? Yeah, there's just a subspecies that's based off of Cryolophosaurus, so it's just. I do genuinely hope that when Allosaurus gets a redesign, like with its new model, it looks like this. It looks something like this. Because this would be just leagues better than what is currently in the game. There we go. Back into his proper colors. There we go. But just this model alone is just so pretty. It's such a pretty model. Like, man, just look at that thing. It's so cool. Oh, and it's raining. There we go. Clear that up real quick. Those creationist exhibits can be criminally done, unfortunately. The models in the Arc account are way too good to stand there. I agree. I've seen those too. For news and paleontologists, this new specimen of Allosaurus. Kanati is in the same boat as you. I will admit, okay. I don't think it looks bad, but the animation for this Allosaurus running feels a lot more like it belongs in the Isle than it does Path of Titans. And that's not a compliment, I should probably say. Because I've grown to dislike how over animated the Isle's models feel. Because they over animate certain parts and they under animate other parts and make them feel really, like, strange. Like, sometimes they feel very rigid and other times they're very fluid like with how they move, and it's like very strange. I don't think it looks bad, at least on the Allosaurus, but it definitely feels a lot more like the Isle's animations than it does Path's. But yeah, I've returned. Welcome back, creature with internet. No, I kind of want to just get some screenshots while we're out here. So I'm gonna hit record on this, and then you guys are gonna come with me while we take screenshots. Man. Ooh, hold on. What if I stand right here, and then, oh, that's B. Okay, we'll do that, and then, what if? Oh, this is gonna be good. We both have Cry on our profile pic. Or Cryo. Nice. Did you know that Nephilim were always meant to be fictional beings? I've never met anyone that I respect that has thought of them as anything else but that. I don't know. My family, I grew up very Christian. Very, very Christian. And when you grow up with a nuclear family that is partially Christian, and two extended families that are very Christian, you end up with a lot of beliefs getting thrown at you about certain things and places. And I don't know. It kind of got to a point for me where I was like, okay, even if there is a God, I think all of you are insane. Here we go. Here we go. You guys are going to watch the process at which I make screenshots for videos. Look at that. Ooh. Okay, hold on. I like this, but hold on, I can make it better. We're gonna take some pictures. Okay, depth of field. And then... Look at that. That is gorgeous. Okay. Boom. Got that. Saint Thagomizer. Okay, and now what we do, I'm gonna put it on 6 times speed. How low can we get this? Ooh, hold on. Okay, hold on. I like this composition a bit better. Ooh, okay. Look at there. Yeah, that's wallpaper with it. Yep. This is what I do in my free time, by the way. If I'm not playing like another video game, I'm usually taking screenshots in Path like this. Ooh. Get an open mouth shot? Hold on. Cameras is as zoomed in as it can be. Look at that. Oh. Wait, hold on. Can we get a shot that's just him biting the rock? Can I get that as a shot? Wait, what if I No, hold on. Wait, can I get him to just bite the rock? Okay, I'm gonna have to slow it down a lot because he's probably gonna snap his jaw shut fast. That is even better. That is so much better. Actually. There we go. Look at that. Nice, tasty rock for our Allosaurus. There we go. Beautiful. And I kind of like this picture, too. Ooh, wait. Hold on. Ooh, wait. A last, like, cinematic picture. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, no, delicious wrong. All of them minerals. Exactly. Exactly. Hold on. One weird looking dude, Mr. Allosaurus. But yeah. I wonder if I came all the way over here and that's not a bad shot either, I don't think. Maybe if it was over here. And actually, hold on. I have an idea. What if and just hear me out on this one. We gotta go all the way back to when it started the emote. I've got an idea. I'm letting it cook. Let me cook. Oh, there it is. There it is. Hold on, actually, let me... There we go. That's a weird toucan. Yeah, he just kind of looks like that for some reason. We're not sure why. Got a taste for chicken legs, this guy. Yeah. I want to look at your teeth. Oh, some of your teeth overlap inside your mouth, man. That's not good for your dental hygiene. Well, I don't think they're supposed to do that. I do also, hold on, because it's I love that they're all just empty aside from the mouth. That's funny. Man. Okay. Well, today was a shorter stream. I mean, things didn't go our way, but we made the most of it. We were having fun, I guess, at the very end of the day. So, see eyes face forward like a bird. Yeah. I've seen more people using that recently. I did see some people using that recently, and that kind of caught me off guard. I'm kind of debating getting this skin pack, mostly for the Pycno. The Pycno skin is not bad. I don't mind this skin. I might get that. I guess we'll see. Maybe a springtime thing. It would be super cool if there was like a creator reward thing going for Path of Titans. So I could get people to use my code when they buy skin packs and stuff like that. That'd be cool. Right? Fun fact, toucans do eat the eggs and babies of other birds. That's interesting. Do you think they'll ever do crossplay with Pat? Kanadi, they have crossplay. Kanadi, this game's on console. Like, half of my friends are on, like, Xbox. Like, here, hold on. If we go into a random... Let's go into Rhyperia real quick. I'll get on one of my animals that's in a home cave. Well, I mean, with mobile... Yeah, they... Kanadi. Hold on. If we go in here. Okay, here we go. PC, console, mobile, PC, console, and then it just... Why are there 15 players on Rhyperia? Did this server just... Oh, the server just started, that's why. Yeah, no, mobile crossplay has been a thing forever. I don't like, if you're having issues with it, then that's unrelated to... Wow, 39 ping. No, stop going up. That's been a thing for a while. Sorry, I apologize for my incompetence. I mean, like, if you were on Switch, that would be different, because Switch does get put into what is known as Switch jail because of how long updates take sometimes. So I don't... So you might have heard something about that, but no, like, crossplay has been a thing for Path forever. So, okay, well, we've hit the 2-hour mark. So I think, okay, so there is going to be probably a Dino class come Saturday. So we'll have Dino Class Saturday. New Paleopod will come out this Monday. We'll probably try and do Mass Effect stream next Tuesday. I'm going to cross my fingers and say that we will hopefully finish it then. I have my doubts, though, because we've still got a few dozen things to wrap up in terms of side quests and, you know, main story stuff. We still haven't even done Pharos. Wow, that's usually the first one I do, too. But yeah, Dino Class Saturday. It will be on TikTok, or maybe it'll be on TikTok and YouTube. I'm not entirely sure yet. It definitely would make things easier if it was on YouTube as well. With all that being said and done, thank you everybody for hanging out, stopping by, and just chilling with me for the last 2 hours. I appreciate it. Things went maybe not as scheduled, but hey, we made the most of it. Thank you, Dino Nerd, for the $2 super chat. Of course, thank you to both Dino Nerd and Kanade for the super chats this stream. You guys are awesome. I really do appreciate y'all. So that's it done. I will see you guys later. Stay safe, have fun, all that good stuff, and I'll see you Saturday for Dino class.